Hey, Kelsey. Can I ask you something a bit strange?
Strange? What do you mean by that?
I heard you're planning to join us on our overseas trip. Is that true? You're really going to interrupt our precious family time? How inconsiderate of you. How can you even think of doing something like that?
Huh? I'm not really sure what you're talking about. Are you referring to the trip to Mexico?
Yes, of course, I'm talking about that. I've been looking forward to it so much, and then you just have to come along. I can't believe it. I never thought you'd be so bold as to invite yourself.
Bold? What do you mean by that? We've been preparing for a family trip together, haven't we? Dave even reached out to me about it.
It doesn't matter what my husband thinks. He's just a nice guy who talks to everyone. But honestly, don't you think you should have a little consideration this time? You're not exactly family, you know. Why on earth would you think it's okay to crash a family trip?
Jill, with all due respect, I am Mike's wife. Even if you don't particularly like me, that doesn't change the fact that Mike and I are family now.
Mike is my family.
I understand that. So that means we are related now, doesn't it? Plus, the tickets are already booked. We'll be staying in separate rooms and we'll likely be doing our own things for a lot of the trip. What exactly is the problem here?
The problem is that you, as an outsider, are being so presumptuous as to join in on our family trip. Who do you think you are? I really don't want you interrupting our family time together.
But are you even listening to me? I get it. You don't want to be around me. But Dave planned this family trip for all of us, and I'm genuinely excited to be included. During the trip, I promised to keep my distance and not be a nuisance. Isn't that a fair compromise?
That's not the issue. If Mike has to worry about you and accommodate you, then he won't be able to enjoy our family vacation. How can you not see that? You're totally failing at being a good wife. You're such a clueless spouse.
Did you really just say that? What exactly did I do to deserve that kind of talk? If you're going to speak to me like that, I'll just talk to Mike about it. I'll see if it's better if I don't come along. But since the reservations are already made, canceling now would really inconvenience Dave, don't you think?
There you go again, trying to make Mike worry or feel guilty about you. That's exactly why I'm saying you're a terrible wife. You're just a useless wife. Even if you pretend to be a part of the family, it won't work. It's pointless. To me, you will always be an outsider.
Fine. Let me think about it for a bit. Isn't your mom a bit concerned about me joining the family trip? If that's the case, it might be better for me to sit this one out and not be a bother.
Huh? Why do you say that all of a sudden? Did your mom say something to you? You really don't need to worry about it. That's just how she is. You're part of my family now, and Dad invited you for that very reason. He's looking forward to this trip. After all, it's finally time for me and my brother Seth to get married. Our whole family will be going on this trip together, and he's super excited. It's one of the few joys he has left as he's nearing retirement, you know?
That's true. So, does that mean Seth's wife is coming along too?
Actually, no. Sophie has some stuff to take care of at her parents' place, so she won't be able to join us this time. It's kind of a shame, really. I remember the last time things were similar. It must be tough for Seth. I'm sure he would have enjoyed the trip even more if Sophie could be there with him.
Oh, is that so?
What do you mean by, is that so?
No, it's nothing. I was just thinking, am I really allowed to come along?
How many times are you going to ask that? Of course you are! Honestly, I wouldn't leave you behind. If you're not going, then I'm not going either. A family trip wouldn't feel complete without my wife there, right?
I appreciate you saying that.
But seriously, Dad is really looking forward to this trip. We rarely get a chance to travel together as a family, and he's been looking forward to it for quite some time. You've already made your passport, right? So what's the issue?
Actually, I haven't submitted mine yet.
Wait, what? You haven't? I thought Dad collected everyone's passport numbers to make the booking. I assumed he needed it for everyone's reservation.
I just made mine for the first time this time, so I didn't have time to submit it. I ended up just emailing him my number later.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about that. Dad worked hard to prepare everything, so let's make the most of it and have fun.
Yeah. Your mom probably doesn't mind all that much, does she? I mean, she does say things from time to time, but I'll try not to let it get to me. I'll make an effort to stay focused. Sorry for interrupting you at work. I'll talk to you later.
No problem. It's good to talk to you about these things. Just remember, this trip is important for all of us, especially for Dad. He wants to create some beautiful memories with the family, and having you there will make it even better. It's a special time for everyone, and it means a lot to him that we can all be together.
You're right. I'll try to keep a positive attitude about it. I know it's important for Dad, and I want to support that. It's just sometimes hard to shake off those feelings of being an outsider, you know?
I get that, but you're not an outsider anymore. You're my wife, and that means you're part of this family. Just like how I consider you my family, Dad does too. So please don't think of yourself that way during the trip. It's going to be a great opportunity for us to bond and enjoy each other's company.
That makes me feel a little better. Thank you. I really do want to enjoy the trip with everyone. I guess I just need to remind myself that I belong there.
Absolutely. Just think of all the fun we'll have. We'll make some amazing memories together. You'll get to see Dad's excitement firsthand when we're on the trip. It'll be an unforgettable experience for all of us.
I'm looking forward to it now. I'll do my best to contribute positively and make it a memorable family vacation. Thanks for reassuring me.
Of course. I'm glad we talked about this. Now let's focus on getting everything sorted out for the trip. It's going to be a great adventure for all of us, and I can't wait to share those moments with you.
Yeah, me too. Let's make this family trip one to remember.
Definitely. I'll talk to you later, okay? We'll work out the details when you get a chance. Enjoy your work.
Thanks, you too. Talk to you soon.
Kelsey, you're still planning to join the trip, right?
Huh? Yes, that's the plan. I mean, it's tomorrow, right? If you're asking me now, my plans have not changed. I already made all the arrangements. Jill, can't you just let us get along while we're on this trip? I don't have any hostility toward you or anything. In fact, I think we can find a way to coexist peacefully during the trip.
Well, you can cover your own cancellation fees. Just so you know, your cancellation is already a done deal. Your spot is no longer reserved.
What do you mean by that? What are you talking about? I'm still going, aren't I?
Well, I think you're better suited to stay home. Honestly, since you can't join anyway, just give up on it. I'll make you regret challenging me. You really have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. And from now on, could you please stay out of our family matters? I mean, don't involve Mike anymore. This isn't about you anymore. It's about what's best for my family.
I don't understand what you're saying. I'm Mike's wife, so it's not really possible for me to stay out of it, is it? That doesn't make sense. You can't just erase me from the equation.
How audacious of you to try to join a family trip as a wife. It's almost laughable. You're acting like you have some kind of right to be involved. I burned your passport, so just stay home. It's for your own good.
I still have my passport, you know. Are you serious right now?
Huh? What do you mean you still have it?
What do you mean you burned my passport? I have it at home. It's packed in my luggage for tomorrow's trip. I'm ready to go. You don't need to lie about burning it. Why would you even think that? That's just insane.
What? Are you serious? I definitely burned your passport. Our family doesn't use such a cute passport holder. It must be yours since it's neither mine nor Mike's. Are you trying to get under my skin? It's not working.
Wait a second. Are you saying you really burned someone's passport? Are you for real? You need to take this seriously.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Kelsey, I burned your passport. That means you can't disrupt the family trip anymore. You're not going to be able to ruin this for us. I won't let you.
No, I have my passport right here. I'm not lying. I never handed it to anyone, so are you saying you stole it from my house? How could you even think to do that?
Huh? Then whose passport did I burn? Was it not yours? I really thought it was yours. You know how frustrating this is. I thought I was doing everyone a favor.
I'm saying it wasn't mine. Stop being so persistent. I don't know whose passport you burned, but was that a really good idea? Are you serious right now? Also, wait a second. Was that cute passport holder the polka dotted one? You need to think this through.
Huh? Yes, that's right. So it really was yours.
You can't just go around burning things without knowing what they are. That's just reckless. That was a present that Seth's wife bought for me. You can't just destroy gifts like that. It's disrespectful.
Huh? I'm not saying I did it on purpose. I never knew it was a gift for him.
It was supposed to replace Sophie's, but she couldn't join the trip. You're making this a lot worse than it needs to be.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? This is absurd.
The passport you burned? It must not have been Dave's, right? That can't be.
Huh? Wait, no. That can't be. I have Mike's and Seth's passports. And mine too. So that just means it must be Dave's. It can't be anyone else's.
If you think about it, it makes sense. You really messed up big time, huh? You're digging your own grave here. Tomorrow is the trip to Mexico, right? Mistaking Dave's passport for mine and burning it is just ridiculous. I can't believe you did that. I mean, burning someone's passport doesn't make any sense in the first place. Are you okay with what you did? No, it's definitely not okay.
You're kidding. That was my husband's? Why didn't you tell me sooner? This is bad. Is there any way we can still go on the trip despite this? We can't let it end here. We have to find a way.
What are you talking about? You can't go abroad without a passport. Of course you can't go. What have you done? Do you know how much Dave was looking forward to this trip? Do you have any idea? You've ruined everything.
I know that. He was really looking forward to it. That's why I'm saying to find a way. We can't just let this be the end. We have to salvage this somehow.
Huh? Find a way? What do you mean? How exactly do you think we can fix this? Do you have some sort of magical solution?
This happened because of you. You have to do something about it. It's impossible for my husband not to go on this trip, so you just need to take my place instead. Just figure it out. Do whatever you have to. This is your mess now.
Seriously, stop it. Just quit it already. You're acting like this is all my fault. You need to take some responsibility here.
Huh? What are you talking about? Did you just lash out? Please tell me that isn't directed at me.
There's no one else here, is there? Since we're messaging each other, you're the one who tried to exclude me by burning my passport, and it turns out it was Dave's. That's not my fault. And I didn't tell you to burn it either, so why are you putting the blame on me? That doesn't make sense. You're being so unfair.
Because it's your fault that this happened. You set this whole thing in motion. You've been nothing but trouble.
I didn't do anything. All of this is your decision and your actions, right? You're blaming the wrong person. Maybe you should blame yourself. This is just ridiculous.
What's with that attitude? Who do you think you are acting all high and mighty when you're not even family? You have no right to speak to me like that.
You say we're not family, but you're the one who put your family into a crisis by preventing your husband from going on a trip that he was so excited about. You can't just pretend like this isn't your fault.
What did you just say? I won't forgive you for that, you foolish wife.
You've been calling me foolish for a while now, but don't you think you're the foolish one? You're the one who made this mess.
Huh? What did you just say? You think I'm foolish? That's impossible. How can you say that? You have no right.
You keep criticizing my tone, but don't you think it's absurd when you think about your own actions? You're trying to prevent me from going on the trip, and you burned a passport, and you didn't realize it was Dave's? Every single action of yours just represents foolishness. You need to see how ridiculous this is.
Even if you say that, what am I supposed to do? I didn't ask for this.
I don't know. You can do whatever you want, I suppose, but I don't think you have many choices left. You'll just have to tell Dave the truth, and there's nothing more I can do about it. However, with what you've done, I won't be going on the trip with you. So I think we should just cancel everything. We're done here.
Huh? Cancel the trip? My husband has been looking forward to this for so long. He's been preparing for it. You're just going to throw that away? That's not fair.
You should consider who ruined that first. Take a moment to reflect on that. You need to own up to what you've done. This is on you.
No, wait. Are we really canceling? Can we rebook? Can't we do something?
I don't know how long it takes to reissue a passport. You should discuss that with your husband. It's not my responsibility to fix this for you.
What about Mike? Are you saying I should go on the trip with Mike and Seth? What about my husband? What am I supposed to tell him?
You're being so persistent. Nobody's going anywhere with you. Don't you get it? You ruined this for everyone.
Huh? No one's going? Why not? This is crazy.
At least, Mike isn't going. Mike said he wouldn't go if I didn't go, and if Dave isn't going, then Seth won't go either, right? You've taken away all the excitement.
Wait a second. So there's no trip? We prepared so much for this. I was looking forward to it too. How am I supposed to tell everyone that there's no trip now? It's all falling apart.
You should first tell your husband properly, I think. He was the one who looked forward to the most. Plus, you burned his passport. You took away his enjoyment. Don't you think you should discuss it with him first? You need to have a real conversation.
Can we say it's your fault instead? Can we place the blame somewhere else?
Huh? Are you really trying to shift the blame onto me? That's not how this works.
I wasn't trying to burn my husband's passport. I just accidentally burned the wrong one. That's not my fault, right? You can't hold me responsible for that.
What are you saying? In this situation, how do you think you can blame me? Jill, it's time for you to wake up. But there is one good piece of news.
Huh? What good news?
Jill, you wanted to cut ties with me, right? Well, guess what? I've decided to cut ties with you too. I can't deal with you anymore, so I told Mike. This is too much for me.
Cut ties? Are you saying you're going to divorce Mike? You can't be serious.
What? Of course not. We're doing fine. The problem is you. You're the issue here.
Huh? Then how can you say you want to cut ties? As long as you're connected to Mike, you can't cut ties, can you? That's exactly why things are like this. You're making a mistake.
Mike also said he never wants to see you again. He's done with this.
Huh? He said that? Are you sure? Are you telling the truth?
I just told him about this. He's probably already contacted Dave. This is serious business.
Wait a second, what do you mean he contacted Dave? What's going on?
You've had your fun making me miserable, but now it's over. I'm glad to cut ties, so goodbye. Don't think you can manipulate me anymore. This is where it ends.
Kelsey, I've been trying to call you since yesterday and you haven't picked up. What's going on?
I've been busy and honestly, I don't have the time to answer every phone call from someone who isn't family.
Someone who isn't family? That's a bit harsh, don't you think? Dave was really upset with me and kicked me out of the house. Can I come over? Seth's place is too far away, and Mike is saying ridiculous things about cutting ties and won't even answer my calls.
I don't think it's ridiculous at all. Like I told you yesterday, Dave is in a tough spot. I feel for him, but we're leaving for our trip today, so I can't help you. Even if we weren't going on a trip, I still wouldn't be able to meet up.
Wait, what? A trip? Are you telling me you guys are going on our family trip without me?
Well, we had already booked the trip and we're covering our own expenses. We'll be going as a couple, just the two of us. And it seems that Dave has canceled your ticket as well, so we'll just be enjoying ourselves. Just so you know, it's best for you to not contact me anymore. Take some time to really think about what you've done and reflect on it. Enjoy your lonely life.
What do you mean by that? You think you can just exclude me from the family like this? I have feelings too, you know. I was looking forward to this trip just as much as anyone else.
I get that you're upset, but the choices you've made have led to this situation. It's not my fault. You should have thought things through before acting so selfishly.
Selfish? This is about family. You can't just dismiss me like I don't matter. I'm still Mike's wife, and that should mean something to you.
You keep mentioning family, but it feels like you're the only one trying to push yourself into a situation that clearly doesn't include you anymore. You need to accept that things have changed, and this is how it's going to be now.
Changed? What are you talking about? Just because you've decided to make it difficult doesn't mean I'm going to just back down.
You can hold on to that feeling, but it won't change anything. Your stubbornness is not going to bring you back into our lives.
This is insane. You can't just cut ties and expect everything to be okay. I don't understand how you can be so cold-hearted.
Cold-hearted? I'm trying to protect my family, and you're the one who's made this impossible. You're the one who needs to reevaluate your actions.
I can't believe this. After everything, you choose to alienate me instead of working things out?
There's nothing to work out when you've made it clear that you don't belong here anymore.
This is so unfair.
Life isn't always fair, Jill. You have to deal with the consequences of your choices.
I just wanted to be part of the family.
And yet, you did everything to push us away. Now it's time for you to face that reality.
Dad, he's decided to get a divorce.
Ah, so it has come to that after all.
My mom had been doing whatever you wanted for a while now, but this time it seems like it's unforgivable.
Your dad was really looking forward to this trip, wasn't he? I wonder if it was okay for us to just go without him.
He says it's better than throwing everything away. He thinks it's for the best, so maybe it was a good decision after all. At least now you don't have to worry about my mom bothering you anymore, right?
Yeah, but are you really okay with this? I mean, she's still your mom after all.
But this time he really went too far. If things continue like this, it could become even more of a burden. I think Dad is right about this. Maybe we can talk again once things settle down a bit. But for now, it's probably best for him to reflect on his actions.
You're right. Mike, thank you for being on my side.
Of course! We've chosen each other, and that makes us family. I'm sorry you had to go through this.
It's okay, I appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. I really need your support during this time.
You can count on me always. We'll figure this out together. Just remember, family can be complicated, but we're here for each other.
I just can't believe it got to this point. I always thought that no matter what happened, we could work through it. But now it feels like everything is falling apart.
I know it feels that way right now, but sometimes you have to take a step back to see the bigger picture. Your dad may need this time to rethink his priorities. People can change, and maybe this is what he needs to do that.
I hope so. I really want him to find happiness again. It's just hard to see him like this.
I get it. It's tough when family dynamics shift like this, but you're not alone in this. We're a team and we'll support each other through whatever comes next.
Thanks, Mike. I feel so much better just talking about it with you. You really helped me put things into perspective.
I'm glad to hear that. You deserve to feel supported, especially during such a difficult time. Don't hesitate to lean on me whenever you need to.
I won't. It's just comforting to know that I have someone who understands. I feel like I can talk to you about anything without being judged.
That's how it should be. Relationships should be a safe space. You can always share your worries with me. I'm here to listen and help you navigate through this.
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate it. I don't know what I'd do without you right now.
You're stronger than you think. Just take it one step at a time, and don't forget to take care of yourself in the process.
You're right. I need to focus on my own well-being too. I can't let this consume me completely.
Exactly. You have your own life to live, and you deserve happiness too. So let's make a plan for the future. What do you want to do next?
I think I want to focus on finding my own path. maybe I should look into some hobbies or activities that I've always wanted to try. It might help me clear my mind.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. Exploring new interests can be so rewarding. Plus, it could be a great way to meet new people and create a support system outside of family.
You're right. I hadn't thought about it that way. Maybe this is the opportunity I need to grow and find what truly makes me happy.
Absolutely! Just remember, it's okay to prioritize yourself during this time. You deserve to find joy and fulfillment in your life.
Thanks for always believing in me, Mike. I'm so grateful to have you in my corner.
I'll always be here for you, no matter what happens. Let's take this journey together, and I'm sure we'll come out even stronger on the other side.
After that, we haven't been in contact with Jill. It seems that our parents are getting a divorce, and Dave couldn't bring himself to forgive Jill for everything that happened. It's really unfortunate, but I guess it's a consequence of the choices she's made. From what I've heard, Jill has been trying to reach out to us, probably looking for some support or understanding, but Mike has been ignoring her completely. I can understand why he would want to keep his distance after everything. It's hard to forget the hurtful things that were said and done, especially when family dynamics become so complicated and messy. Now, it looks like Jill is trying to figure things out on her own. She seems to be in a tough spot, and while I do feel a little sorry for her, I can't help but think that this is a moment for her to reflect on her actions and the consequences they've had. Maybe this is the wake-up call she needs to realize how her behavior has affected those around her. I hope that with time, she'll come to understand the impact of her choices and start taking responsibility for her actions. It's important for her to recognize the hurt she has caused, not only to Dave, but to the entire family. Family isn't just about blood. It's about the relationships we cultivate and how we treat one another. I genuinely hope that this experience helps her grow and become a better person in the long run. The silence has been deafening since we cut off contact with her. It feels strange to think about how things used to be, how we were once close. It's hard to believe that it has come to this point. I never imagined that our family would be torn apart like this. It's a painful situation, but I think it's necessary for everyone to take a step back and reevaluate what's important. Life has a funny way of forcing us to confront our issues. In some ways, I think this could lead to healing in the long run, even if it's hard to see it right now. Maybe Jill will find some clarity in her situation, and perhaps this will push her to become a better person, a more thoughtful person. I want to believe that everyone can change for the better, and maybe this experience will serve as a catalyst for that. Meanwhile, Dave seems to be struggling with his feelings of betrayal and anger. It's understandable. He invested so much in his relationship with Jill, and to have that relationship crumble because of her actions must be incredibly painful. I can only imagine the hurt he feels, and I wish there was something I could do to ease his pain. It's difficult to watch someone you care about go through such turmoil, especially when it's caused by a person you once considered family. As for me and Mike, we're trying to focus on our own lives and support Dave in whatever way we can. We're trying to maintain a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos. It's a delicate balance, but I know it's important for us to be there for him. He deserves support during this challenging time, and we're doing our best to provide that. I hope that one day when things settle down, we can all come together and have an open conversation about what happened. It would be nice to clear the air and perhaps even find a way to rebuild some of the bridges that have been burned. However, I know that it will take time and effort from everyone involved. Rebuilding trust is never easy, especially when it has been broken in such a significant way. But for now, we'll take things one day at a time. I just hope that Jill eventually understands the consequences of her actions and learns from this experience. It's never too late to change and become a better version of yourself. All we can do is hope for the best and support one another as we navigate through these difficult times. In the meantime, I think it's important for us to focus on our own well-being and not get too caught up in the drama. Life goes on, even when things get tough. We need to find ways to stay positive and support each other. I believe that with time, healing can occur for all of us, even for Jill, if she chooses to reflect on her actions and change for the better. So for now, let's keep moving forward and see where life takes us. I have faith that eventually we'll find a way to heal and perhaps even reconnect in some capacity. It might take time, but I believe that it's possible. We just have to be patient and allow the process to unfold as it should.
Hey, you low-life loser. I heard you've gotten married, LOL. I'm so surprised that there's actually someone on this planet that's willing to marry a woman like you, LOL. Don't tell me that this is going to be some kind of fraudulent marriage, right? Eleanor, it's been a long time. What's with you coming out of nowhere to say these things to me? I'm sure you've heard from someone that I've gotten married, but I'm not sure who'd tell you that. Is there really a reason for you to be making fun of me already? I have every right to be making fun of a worthless person like you. Did you forget about the days we spent together back in high school? You were so poor that you couldn't even come with the rest of us on our senior graduation trip, LOL. And it's because of the way you always messed with me and picked on me in high school that I've had to live with such awful memories of those times. But we're both now in our 30s, right? Is there really a need for you to still be picking on me at our age? When I'd heard that you'd gotten married, I thought it'd be a good idea to give you a text. Well, thank you for going out of your way to contact me. Now, I have to get going. Who the hell did you end up marrying? I don't think that has anything to do with you. It doesn't, Jane, but I want to know. Do you mind answering me? If you're choosing not to tell me, then I'll just assume that all this talk about you getting married is fraudulent. I married a fisherman. Huh? The reason I don't want to tell you more is because this is his information to tell, not mine. So I really don't see myself telling you any more than that. A fisherman? What the? LOL. You both really are made for each other, LOL. Neither of you will have any money. Huh? What makes you have that idea of him? Well, I went to a really high-end university, LOL. I have every right to say that marrying a fisherman like him is the most uncool thing imaginable, LOL. Well, I'm sorry about that. I turned out to be the wife of a banker. Well, I'm glad that you were able to find a man with such a job to take care of you. But when you say a banker, what bank is he in charge of? He might own one of the banks that my husband works with. Are you kidding me? LOL. What makes you think a fisherman would ever work with a bank that my husband runs? Well, when we've talked about his work, he says he has accounts with all kinds of banks in the area. I think managing 30 or so. So I'm sure that my husband would know your husband's bank. It's not that big of a city anyways, and so there's a definite chance that he's at least heard of your husband's bank. Your husband's a fisherman, right? I can already tell that you're just full of crap now that you've lost at the game of life, LOL. You married a man that only has $30 in his accounts, LOL. Huh? I never said $30, did I? A banker's wife and a fisherman's wife. Which do you think is better? By now you should realize that you could only speak to me when I ask a question from you. What do you mean better? I don't think you should be thinking of us like that. Well, I've always known that ever since I first met you, you'd be garbage. But it seems as an adult, you've only managed to become a bigger piece of garbage, LOL. All right, say whatever you'd like. But if you plan to keep talking about me like that, can you just stop talking to me? This weekend there's going to be a class reunion. Do you plan on coming? You probably can't come, LOL. You won't be able to pay the entrance fee, will you, LOL? I'm planning on going, though. Really? LOL. Even though you've married a moneyless fisherman, do you really think you'll be able to get in? I think you're better off trying to save any money you can since you don't have much, LOL. You're worrying about me way too much, but thank you anyway. I plan on going to that reunion, but while we're there, you don't have to force yourself to come talk to me. Now, I really have to get going. I don't think I should go to this weekend's reunion.
Huh? Why not?
Well, I just got some really disturbing messages from a really disturbed classmate of mine. And now I don't really want to see her face again.
A disturbing message from a disturbing classmate? You seem to really hate whoever this is.
Well, yeah, I actually do. Ever since high school, I've hated being around her. And since then, I've enjoyed not really having to think about her. And no, she thinks she's some big shot because she's married to a banker. And now she thinks it's okay to look down on me because I have no money and am married to you.
It's rare that I see you talk about someone in this way.
I think so as well. But when it comes to people I hate, I have to say she's the only one that comes to mind. I'm sorry for coming at you about her out of nowhere. You don't have anything to do with any of this, so just forget about what I said.
Well, now that you mention it, one of the bankers that I work with's wife happened to go to the same high school as you, I think.
Really?
Well, a while back we had talked about it, and I'd assumed I'd find out this weekend if his wife really did go to school with you. But now that you brought this up, I think it's true. Back when he and I talked, we didn't go into much detail though.
I see. Do you mind telling me the name of that banker later on? I have some things I'd like to talk with him about. If you can't even pay to get in, you should go home, LOL. Don't think you can just get away with doing something like this. With doing what, LOL? I had to do this to someone as low as you. And when you just waltz into this reunion without a care in the world, I had no choice. Have your eyes been opened after being kicked in the butt? Do you think you can get away with anything because you're a banker's wife? You tried to get everyone to laugh with you and understand you after kicking me in the back and having me fall down those stairs. Do you really think that normal people act like that? You couldn't even pay to be here today, so you should just leave, LOL. This isn't the kind of place where a poor person can just stand around. Everyone started to leave when they saw you come in. No, I don't think I was the reason for everyone starting to walk out. I'm sure they didn't want to stick around any longer with someone that kicks another person down and begins to laugh about it. Can you leave now, you lowlife? You're thinking that I'm some poor woman is going to cause you a lot of regret here soon. Why's that, LOL? Aren't you just going to run home crying to that stinky fisherman? That's right. That's exactly what I plan to do. Look at me. I have a husband who runs a bank, LOL. There's nothing that moneyless husband of yours is going to be able to do to me. Are you still unaware that my husband and I are part of this city's elite? Are you saying that it's okay for this city's elite to kick other people that they don't like down the stairs? Well, that is what I'm saying, LOL. And since you still haven't even paid to be here, I want you gone. It's not like you would even be able to pay for the entrance fee now, right? You're married to a fisherman with only $30 to his name, LOL. Honestly, you don't even have the money to be complaining to me about being kicked, LOL. All that money he has there, he'll have it moved somewhere else. $30? Do whatever you guys would like with that chump change, LOL. And that's what we'll do. I'm going to head home now. And there, I'll talk with my husband about our next steps. I'm just letting you know that all the money we have saved there is going to be pulled out. Go right ahead, LOL. That'll have nothing to do with me, LOL. It's hilarious that you even think that doing something like that would be a threat to me, LOL. Hilarious? I think it'll only end up being hilarious for myself. I'll be laughing all day and night over what'll happen next with your selfish butt. Huh? You guys only have $30 for crying out loud, LOL. When did I ever say that my husband only has $30? He has over $300 million, and a lot of it is in your husband's bank. Huh? My husband is the kind of fisherman that owns a fleet of large fishing ships. What do you mean? I think you have the idea that fishermen are all poor by default, right? Well, I'm sure to someone without a bit of intelligence like you would think so. But in reality, there are fishermen that have very large amounts of money when it comes to their profession. And when it comes to my husband's company, it is very well known by all sorts of other fishing companies as a powerhouse. So that should help you understand him a little better now, right? Huh? So he's really bringing in millions of dollars for you guys? There's just no way. Is there actually a fisherman with that kind of money? I didn't even think that fisherman made enough money to save up. He should be moneyless, right? Well, I'm explaining to you right now that you're wrong. Fishermen can bring in huge amounts of money depending on what they do, and some can make millions if they begin to run their own company. It's strange that you never knew about this considering your husband's bank works with a lot of different fisheries. Don't tell me you never actually knew any of that. Huh? There are that many that have money with him? And my husband happens to be the one putting most of the money into your husband's bank. What? Huh? What do you mean, Jane? When someone ends up having that amount of money sitting in the bank's accounts, it's probably kept a secret, huh? I'm sure you could have never expected something like this, but my husband really is a huge customer of your husband. What? How can that be? I told you that this is a small city. Well, my husband now knows about what's happened here, and he's very much pissed. He's even started to think of having you taken to court over this. Huh? Take me to court? What are you talking about? You do remember kicking me in the butt and having me fall down a flight of stairs, right? But that doesn't mean you can just take me to court. That'll cost a lot of money, so you need to stop saying things like that. Well, I'm sorry, but I have money. You're just upset that you were wrong about me being poor. But in the past, you really were poor. That was the past, and we're not in the past anymore. When my husband has to pull all of that money out of your husband's bank, I'm sure he'd like to know the reason why, and we'll make sure he knows about everything. And when that happens, I wonder what could happen with your husband. He might lose the rights to his bank. Hold on, Jane. What do you mean by that? Are you saying that because of me, my husband is going to lose everything he's worked so hard for? That's exactly what I'm saying. He'll learn that because of his mistake in marrying a disgusting woman, her horrible choices will ruin his career. What the hell? You don't have to do this. If something like that happens to him, we'll be in huge trouble. Can you stop talking about that stuff now? I don't like the way you're threatening me. I'm not threatening you with anything. I'm just telling you what'll happen soon. And it seems that the woman that once made fun of fishermen is going to learn firsthand what they can do. Are you going to be a good girl and take the blame for this? Because you should know dang well by now that your bias against my husband was very wrong. I still can't believe this. I thought that all fishermen were poor. But now I'm hearing that your husband has been a customer of my husband. Can something like that really happen? Well, it's been happening, LOL. I'm sure this is too much for you to handle after all the terrible things you said about my husband and I. But I'm sure you understand the reality of your situation now, right? Goodbye now, you selfish jerk. LOL. I'd like for you to experience some pain now. Please answer your phone. I'm in a serious pinch now. I want you to do something about this. Please help me. Help you? Why would I do something like that? Because it looks like I'm going to have to get a divorce soon, and this was all your fault to begin with. Are you okay with me having to pay for your mistake? What are you going on about, LOL? There's no way any of this is my fault. You have to take responsibility for all you did and understand that getting a divorce is the only option your husband has. You're wrong! Because you told your husband about all of this, my husband ended up finding out as well! He then told told me that I've caused some major issues for him at the bank and that he needs to get rid of me. Oh, is that so? Well, this is what you asked for, right? There's no way in hell I asked for this! What did I ever do to deserve this? You looked at me now the same way you looked at me back in high school. And because of that, you went out of your way to kick me down a flight of stairs at the high school reunion. That's all you happened to do, LOL. You can't talk to me like that. I am leagues above you now that I've been married to my husband, and I don't want to lose all of this now because of some loser. But what you ended up doing to me is no small matter, right? I'm pretty shocked that after all of this, you still haven't even given me a simple sorry. Sorry? You want me to say sorry to you? I have no reason to ever do that now. An elite like me saying sorry to a poor loser like you is ridiculous. I see. Then you can go ahead and continue with the path you've chosen for yourself. It's all a delusion of yours anyway, but who am I to care? A delusion? What do you mean? You said that I can't do anything to you because you're married to a banker. But what happens when you're no longer with him? You'd better hurry up and find yourself another banker so that you can stay safe. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Right now, I'm actually crying really hard while trying to text you. So you should be willing to forgive me now, right? Is that what you think's going to happen now? Listen to me, Jane, please. Seems more like you're ordering me to forgive you. I guess even something as serious as what happened yesterday won't change the disgrace of a woman that you really are. Well, luckily, I'm still very much upset with you over what you did to me in high school, so I'm going to enjoy watching what happens to you next. LOL. Huh? What? You picked on me for years, all the way until we graduated from high school, so there's nothing better than watching you get what you deserve. Well, I'm sure things from here on out are going to be pretty rough for you, but do your best. If this continues, I'm going to lose my husband and all my money. I can't let people think that I'm poor. Then maybe it's time you go somewhere where nobody will ever see you again. Goodbye forever, you moneyless dog. LOL. And during the next class reunion, I don't think you'll be able to pay the entrance fee. So don't bother coming, okay? LOL. After that, Eleanor's husband was no longer happy with what she had done as his wife, and so they got divorced. With the divorce, Jane and Joe were now willing to leave a little money in the bank, but still moved half of it as a lesson to anyone who doubted them. This still led to Eleanor's now ex-husband having lots of troubles within his bank. And so, to compensate for his losses, he took Eleanor to court where she was sued for ruining his bank's image. Not only did she end up losing her husband and the money he had for her, but now she faces losing everything else she has to her ex. Eleanor will most definitely have a rough life ahead of her and might as well give up at this point. But this is what she deserves for treating another person horribly, and she should learn from it as best she can. Our condolences to Eleanor.
Sally, the lunch you made me tasted like crap, as always.
What?
That fried chicken you made. It felt like I was biting down on rubber or something, and it was so oily. Why are you so bad at cooking?
Huh? It wasn't that bad.
Stop making excuses. You'll never be a good housewife if you keep making excuses. Why can't you be more like my mom?
I know your mom is a good cook, but I used to be a chef too. I don't think my cooking is that bad.
Excuses, excuses, excuses. That's all you do, make excuses.
Stop. You're hurting me. Can you please stop?
I'll stop if you get better at cooking.
Fine. I'll just stop cooking then.
You can't do that, you're a housewife.
The thing is, I'm thinking about going back to work.
What?
I'm sick of you ridiculing me like this. I want to be a chef again.
So you're running away? And besides, you quit because that place made you work long hours. What about our time together?
Yeah, but I think it's for the best.
Don't push your luck. You're pissing me off. Man, why can't you be more like my mom? She's such an amazing chef. I know. Why don't you ask her to teach you? If this is the best you can do, I feel bad for our future kids. I mean, a mom who can't cook? Come on.
Then let me be a chef again.
But then you'll be working long hours again. Who's gonna cook my dinner, huh?
But you hate my cooking. Just make it yourself.
I don't think so. That's your job.
What? But
I'm not gonna cook. That's your job. You just have to get better at cooking. Your food tastes like garbage.
why are you like this? Stop saying things like that.
It's just how I feel, and I'm just giving you honest feedback.
But why don't you just get some takeout on the way home?
No, we're in this together. You gotta keep cooking for me. Just get better at cooking, and no, you can't get your old job back. Just practice at home.
But last night you threw everything out.
Oh, that? Well, that's because it tasted awful. I tried, I really did. I just couldn't do it. It was disgusting.
You remember what you said? You said you'd rather eat garbage.
Yeah. And I meant what I said. Man, I really miss my mom's cooking. Oh well, it's too late for regrets now. Whatever, just keep trying.
No.
What?
I'm tired of this. You're so mean to me.
What? I'll stop if you get better at cooking.
You weren't like this before we got married.
Really?
Yeah. I had no idea you were like this.
What, so this is my fault now? It's not my fault you can't cook. Stop blaming others. All you do is make excuses.
Fine then. You know what? Cook dinner for me tonight.
Me? Cook? Hell no, I'm a man. You're my wife. Cooking is your job. I'm sure you can do it. Just keep at it.
But all you do is complain.
Maybe, but I'm still not cooking. And I'll keep eating your food even if it tastes like crap. I'm a very patient man. You should be grateful for that.
Ugh! Forget it! You don't have to eat if you don't want to.
What?
Look, I'm at your parents' house right now.
Huh? Why?
I told your mom about everything. She was teaching me how to cook. You said I should ask her to teach me, remember?
Yeah, but what did you tell her?
Everything. I showed her the text messages too.
What? Why would you do that?
She was really impressed with my cooking.
Oh, okay.
She said she barely cooked for you as a child. She feels really bad about that.
Oh,
That's all you got to say? You were lying to me. I can't do this anymore.
What?
I can't stand you anymore. You're a liar. And all you ever do is complain. What's your problem, huh?
Well, technically I didn't lie.
I want a divorce.
What? Why? You're not making any sense. That's all you've got to say?
The thing is, I already moved out my stuff. I came to see your parents today to tell them in person.
Look, just wait there, okay? I'll be right there after work.
No, I'm done. And your parents told me they understand.
What?
I told them everything. How you verbally abused me. How you always throw out my food I cooked for you.
No, listen, I can explain.
Oh, really? Excuses, excuses.
No, just listen. The thing is, I never thought your cooking was bad. In fact, I love it, but I wanted you to get even better. So that's why I said all those things, to motivate you.
Why go through all that trouble?
I don't know, I thought you'd realize at some point.
What's wrong with you?
I just wanted you to get better, that's all.
So that's why you ridiculed me every day for my cooking? You're not making any sense.
I'm serious, I did it all for you.
Thanks, but I don't need your help. I used to be a professional chef, remember? I told you to stop many times, but you just kept going.
I didn't mean to hurt you, but if I did, I'm sorry. I really am.
Oh no.
What?
You've been doing this to me for a year now. I'm done.
What do you mean? Wait!
I'm leaving you, and that's final.
What? Why? I just told you the truth. I love your cooking. I was doing all this for you because I love you.
Just stop. All you do is make excuses. We're done.
Don't say that. We can start over.
For the sake of argument, let's say you are telling the truth. But still, last night you threw out the dish I made for you. You know how long it took me to make that? Huh? Do you?
3 hours?
It took me the whole day. But you threw it out on the first bite.
Sally, I'm sorry. I had no idea.
It's a bit too late for apologies.
I'm sorry. Let me make it up to you.
Too late. I won't be coming home. And I just left your parents' house too. They're okay with this. We're done.
No, please. I need you to cook for me. I won't do anything like this again.
Too late. I can't believe I wasted a year of my life on you. Oh, by the way, your parents already paid me for damages on your behalf. You'll have to pay them back, so have fun.
Wait, hold on. This can't be happening. Is this for real?
Yeah. I'm not a liar like you, LOL. It's all true.
Sally, I love you. Please come back. I'll do anything.
It's a bit too late for that. Oh, and your parents were saying they're gonna cut all ties with you. They seemed really upset with you. Whatever. I guess you can talk to them yourself. Have fun. Sally left the divorce papers with Todd's parents. He tried to fight it, but eventually he cracked and signed the papers. But he couldn't get over her. He started stalking her after the divorce, but he got caught by the police before he could do anything. Sally went back to work at her old restaurant. She's thinking about opening her own place really soon.
Hey Vicky, are you there? Do you have a moment to chat at all, really quick? I just wanted to let you know something if you had a moment to text. Okay, I guess not. So I guess I'll just leave you a message here letting you know that I'm going to be moving back in with my parents. So, anyways, I'm really looking forward to seeing you soon, Rumi. Hope you're as excited as I am.
Wait, what? What are you talking about right now? What is this?
I mean that, well, let's just say that things aren't exactly going super well with my husband, and so... Well, anyways, I just don't really want to be dealing with him right now is all. But anyways, I'm just glad that I'll be coming home to people who understand and are on my side. People like you. Isn't that right?
I'm sorry, Danny. You're going to have to slow down and go over this with me one more time. I mean, is this some kind of joke or something? Or is it just your way of messing with me like you always do? Because I don't know why you think you can just come back here all of a sudden. Don't you remember you saying that you were never ever going to come back here?
I have no idea what you're talking about at all, Vicky. I mean, it's not like you really even have a right to be complaining about me coming home or anything like that. After all, you're living with my parents at their house, remember?
I know exactly whose house I'm living in right now. Thank you very much for telling me. But that isn't even what I'm talking about right now. I mean that you were telling me that you're coming to live here with way too little heads up. But it doesn't matter because I also have some big news that I need to tell you. So just make some time to talk to me later today, okay?
Oh, yeah. I would love to talk to you and catch up and all that, but I'm actually just going to be way too busy doing other things.
You mean like going to the casino and coming back home pissed drunk and God knows what time? Because if I recall correctly, that was one of the reasons why you ended up moving out. You said that you were sick of us telling you what to do.
I'm so looking forward to finally moving in with you and Mom and Dad tomorrow. Isn't this exciting, Vicky? Can you believe that we're all going to get to live together just like one big happy family from here on out? It's just so great.
What are you talking about this time? Are you still going on about moving in?
I bet you thought that I had forgotten all about that when you hadn't heard from me for a while, right? Well, don't worry, I haven't forgotten one bit. I'm so sorry for not reaching out sooner. Wait, no, I'm not. I don't really care at all how you are or what you've been up to. But you're probably curious about how I've been, so I'll tell you that I've been doing really, really well. Thank you. I've just been so excited to move in with you and my parents.
Danny, I still have no idea what on earth you were talking about at all. What are you going on about?
Are you playing dumb, or are you actually just that stupid? It's actually the latter, probably, isn't it? Well, don't worry. When I'm there, you're going to smarten up when I make you into my maid. Then you'll have to do whatever I want, and you won't have any choice but to obey me.
Danny, you really have no idea what you were talking about at all. Besides, I thought I already told you that you moving in with your parents and I was not going to work. Don't you realize that none of us want or can handle living with you right now? Why can't you just respect our boundaries about that? I mean, you keep talking about moving in with your parents but you seem to be forgetting about your own brother. Have you even talked to Owen about any of this at all yet?
The only thing I need to talk to Owen about is how he could be doing much, much better than being married to you. But I guess it's a little late to say all that now. It doesn't matter. I'm sure I'll have him wrapped around my finger when I'm home. And then you really will have no choice but to do whatever I say. Isn't that right?
Danny, you have been talking out of your butt this entire time. Do you realize that? I mean, do you not think that we can't all see what's going on here? You got divorced and now you're trying to move back in with your parents. It's very obvious to everyone.
You don't know what you're talking about at all, Vicky, and nobody likes a know-it-all like you anyways. But who cares why I'm coming back home? If I miss my parents and want to be with them, then I can come back and live with them if I want.
I'm not saying that you aren't allowed to come back and live with that. I'm just not really sure that living with your parents is what you really want.
And just what is that supposed to mean, huh? What do you know about what I do and don't want? Do you have any idea just how stressed out I've been over life? You have no idea what I've been going through at all.
Well, I'm very sorry that life isn't feeling very easy for you right now, but that doesn't change the facts on the ground.
The only fact is that I'm getting divorced, and you have no idea the kind of stress that's been putting me through. And the only thing that is going to relieve that stress is moving back in with my family and having you as my servant.
Excuse me? You must know that that's not how this is going to work, right? I mean, you can't actually think I'm going to go along with that, right?
I don't care what you think, because it's not a servant's job to think. Your job is just to do as I say. Get it? And I don't remember even giving you permission to speak, so why don't you shut up until I say otherwise? Because if you don't listen to me, I am going to make sure that you end up on the streets with no one to take care of you. Is that what you want?
I take it from that reaction that you have not said a thing about this to Owen at all.
I don't need to explain myself to every single person that asks. All I'm trying to do is be less stressed in life. Is that really so bad?
Nobody is saying that it's wrong to not want to be stressed. I'm just saying that this is not going to go how you think it is. And I am going to ask you to knock this off a second time. Do you understand me?
And just where did this turn-off attitude come from, huh? You really think you can take me on? Because if it's a fight you want, then I am more than happy to give you one. Let me tell you that. Maybe then at least you'll stop talking back to me and learn how to take orders like a good servant.
Danny, the only person here who has no idea what they are getting themselves into here is you. I can assure you of that. But I am trying to warn you now that none of this is going to go the way you want it to. It's all going to blow up in your face. I'm sure that right now your life is really hard with a lot going on, but you are better off where you are than coming back here.
You really will say anything that comes to your mind to try and keep me from coming back, won't you? Don't you have any shame at all? Don't you realize that you shouldn't mess with me? Don't you know that I could get Owen and you to divorce in a second if I wanted to?
You have to be kidding me with that, right? You don't actually think that you can do that, do you?
Oh, why don't you just wait and see when I get back there, huh? You'll see how obedient of a little brother I really have. And then you'll know to listen to me when I tell you to do something.
Well, then I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but Owen and I actually got a divorce last month.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I guess you hadn't heard the news yet, huh? You really don't talk with your brother about anything at all, do you? Yeah, him and I aren't together anymore, and I don't live with him or your parents any longer. So, I'm not living with your parents, and when you kept saying you were going to come and live with me, that just wasn't true.
So then, you two really got a divorce, and you're just telling me this now? Are you kidding me? What's the matter with you?
That's right. I did leave your brother, and it's because I couldn't stand living with him anymore. He was nothing but a leech, and so were your good-for-nothing parents. So if you want to come home and live with them, then fine, but that's not my problem anymore.
But I don't get... What do you mean they were leeches? What were they doing to make you say that? I don't get what you're trying to tell me. Can't you just talk to me straight, please?
The only thing that I have to say to you is that you were going to come here and try and use me to get your stress out. But I was already more than stressed having to live with your brother and your horrible parents. So I know for a fact that you moving in would have pushed everything over the edge. And it's not like I didn't really try with Owen and your parents. But I finally hit the limits of patience and could make myself go no further.
But, I mean, why hasn't anyone told me about this? You'd think it would be pretty handy to know that my own brother got divorced.
I didn't bother telling you because I didn't want anything to do with your brother, you, your parents, or any of your family ever again. And you should also know that I am never going back to live with them again.
But wait, I don't get it. The whole reason why I'm coming back is because I owe my husband money, and I thought I could save some by living with my parents.
Well, if that is what your plan was, then I'm afraid that you never had any hope for that to work in the first place.
What is that supposed to mean? Why wouldn't that have worked? You're saying that I won't be able to save money when I move in with my family?
I'm just telling you now that living with your parents is going to be far more expensive than living on your own ever was.
But how can that be? How could it be more expensive to live at home with my parents? That doesn't make any sense at all. What would some housewife like you know about anything?
Well, first of all, I've had a full-time job since last year, thank you very much. And second of all, up until the divorce, I was the one paying for everything for your family.
What do you mean by that? You can't really be serious about that, right? What is going on here?
Do you even talk to your family at all? How have you not heard any of this? What is the matter with you? But if you must know, your whole family is just awful at saving money, and the only thing they are good at is spending it on useless things. The whole reason I found a job is because your lazy brother quit his job and ordered me to work in his place.
But they can't be doing that. Don't they realize how stupid of a decision it is to have you be their only source of income? Please tell me that you're joking right now. I thought that Owen was working for a nice company and made a good salary, but now you're telling me that they've all just come to rely on you?
That's right. So I'm afraid that if you moved back in with them now, you would just end up taking my place for them instead. Maybe at least then you'll believe me when I tell you about all the horrible things that your family had been putting me through before I left.
You have to be lying to me. There is no way that my whole family would act that way towards you. But more importantly, do you really think that's how they would act towards me? I mean, if they were really all being so horrible to you, I guess I really do understand why you ended up divorcing Owen. Sounds to me like they never even made you feel like part of the family.
And you were going to add on to the stress by trying to use me like some kind of servant. So it's not like you're exactly blameless in all of this as well. But anyways, good luck dealing with all that.
Wait, hold on a second. This can't be right. Why am I even listening to you? I mean, you're divorced from my brother, and now you're just telling me lies about my family to try and turn me against them? I can see what you're doing here, you know. I'm not going to be fooled. But I don't even want to see you coming around my family again. It's obvious that you don't have their best interests at heart, and you were the one using them.
Well, that's fine, because like I said, I don't anything to do with them ever again. And if you really think that I would ever come back to them anyways, let me double down on that and tell you never to come to me for help. Because I won't be there for you at all.
Oh, please, you think that anyone would ever need you? You're a good-for-nothing, useless housewife, and that's why my brother left you. So just stay away from my family.
I already told you that I don't want anything to do with your family. How many times are we going to repeat the same conversation?
We're going to keep repeating it until, hypothetically, if this was a script being written by an author with a word count, that word count would be satisfied. Hey Vicky, are you there? I was just wondering if you and I could talk over the phone for a little bit, maybe? There are just a couple of things that I want to talk to you about.
Well, whatever they are, you can leave me out of it.
Oh, come on, don't be like that, Vicky. Please, I'm your ex-sister-in-law. You have to be there for me.
I really don't have to do anything for you at all if I don't feel like it, Danny. In fact, you told me to stay away from your family, and I told you that I wanted nothing to do with you. So I don't even know why I'm even responding.
Please, just answer the phone. It's really, really important. I need your help right now.
I thought I told you that I would never ever help you if you came and asked me. So what do you think this is going to accomplish for you?
It's just that, well, everything you said was really true. About my family, I mean. I really can't believe it. Not only are my parents jobless, but they and my brother all have huge loans that they need to pay off, and they're all expecting me to help them out. At this rate, my savings are only going to last another week here.
Yeah, well, they're your family, so it sounds like more of a you problem, don't you think? Anyways, I've got better things to do right now, so I'm going to go.
Wait, hold on. You can't just leave. What are you talking about? I tell you that you were right, and that's all you have to say to me? Don't you think you're being just a little too cruel right now?
Not really. I think that I don't owe you anything, and I'm reacting exactly how I told you I would. In fact, you're lucky that I'm even still talking to you. Don't you realize who you are to me?
What do you mean by that? What am I to you?
You're my ex-husband's sister. That basically makes you no one to me. So why are you even messaging me? I thought I told you that I didn't want anything to do with your family anymore.
But this is really, really important. Please. We are basically out of money, and I don't know what we're supposed to do. I really, really need your help right now, Vicky.
Look, Danny, we talked about this. We had a long circular conversation about this, don't you remember? Because if you forget, then let me remind you that I said that I divorced your brother, I moved away from your family, and I would never ever come back to live with them again.
But please, I thought that you would come back and help me if I really needed it. I mean, we're family, right? Isn't that what family is supposed to do when we're in trouble?
And I literally told you that if you came to me to ask for help that I wouldn't do anything. I told you that, don't you remember? So why do you think things would be different now?
Well, because I thought that you would want to help me. I didn't think that you would leave me like this. But that's it. What if you come and live with us instead? How does that sound?
First of all, you and I aren't family, so let's get that straight right now. Second of all, I already said that I'm never ever going back to live with your family, remember? And if you must know, I am loving living by myself. It is gratifying and liberating and so much better than when I was living with Owen and your family. In fact, I hope you all tear each other apart for all that I care. Because like I said, I don't want anything to do with you or your family ever again.
But then, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to get out of this mess? I mean, how are any of us supposed to get out of this mess?
Let me change the subject really quick. You got divorced with your husband because you cheated on him, right?
How did you figure that one out?
Well, because I've heard you bragging about it before. So it's not surprising that he found out about it. But anyways, I imagine that when you two did get a divorce that he probably sued you for quite a pretty penny. Here you thought you were going to be able to live with your family and save money to pay them all back. But instead you just joined the rest of your debt-ridden family.
Please, Vicky, things weren't supposed to go this way. I didn't think this was how things were going to end up. I need your help. You've got to do something. Please, move back in with us and help us all out. We need you, Vicky.
heard that Danny ended up reaching out to every single other person she could think of for help with her problem. And from what I heard, she had burned just about every bridge she had made with anyone who might have been willing to help her under better circumstances. In the end, I think about half of the people that Danny knew ended up blocking her number. She was expecting to move back in with her parents and not have to worry about a thing. She even thought that I was going to be like a personal servant to her. Danny thought she was going to be able to boss me around while she paid for nothing and only had to worry about herself. But things went far, far off from where Danny thought they would. Instead of being taken care of by her family, Danny found that she was forced to be the main breadwinner for her family. It was obvious to everyone, however, that living like that wasn't sustainable. I heard that Danny and her family ended up selling their family home and moving to a much smaller apartment in the city together. I've heard that each of them have started to work as well. I can't imagine they are saving much money with all of their individual debts. But if you ask me, I think this is just what they all deserve. One can hope that if they do manage to get out of this, that they will have at least learned their lesson. As for me, however, I really was enjoying getting to live alone. After spending my entire time married to Owen, taking care of him and both of his parents, to have just some space for myself was just what I needed. Of course, after a while of being divorced, my heart began to wander and I thought about finding someone new. It was actually just around then that I happened to run into my future husband at the grocery store. We were both grabbing the ingredients for the same recipe that we saw on TV, and that was how he ended up asking me on a date with him. After that, things fell into place rather quickly for us. We're already engaged to be married, and I couldn't be happier. It really does just go to show you what a difference having a healthy and supportive network around can make. But it also highlights the importance of being able to take time to be alone and reflect on things.
About time that CEO died. And I'm sure that a scum CEO like him must have a scummy son as well.
Stanley, your timing with all of that is terrible. Do you really think I want to sit here and listen to you talk about us like that after my father passed away? I know very well that you and my father were not very close to one another. Not even close at all, actually.
Huh? What do you mean by that? I am a banker and I did the right thing as one. And I never had the money to loan out to someone that could never run their business properly.
I understand that it's your job to be the one deciding whether or not to loan out the bank's money. But you having given him nothing for so long led to his company going in the red. And from there you only began to look down on him even further. Was there any real reason as to why you had to do that to my father when he was in such a rough situation?
Are you trying to say that I wasn't doing the right thing by not giving him any money? You can't do anything yourself, and you feel you can judge me on that one? It's because of you being such a useless son that your father ended up dying due to stress.
I don't think I had anything to do with his death. I've heard all about what you've done to my father from him. I'd like it if you began to act a bit more like a grown adult and started to look past all the troubles you've caused us.
This is a pain in my butt. Especially since your father's company is falling apart. I'm sure the company's on the way out right now, yeah? I think you should do the honors and put it out of its misery. The CEO is gone now, so it's time that place was put to rest.
Can you stop saying such horrible things, please? I plan on bringing this company back up from the ashes you've let it become. And so I'm going to start working on that right now.
How are you going to do all that when you have no money? Well, if you happen to come to me asking for anything, I'd hand you nothing more than a bit of pocket lint before showing you the way out.
The money at that bank is not your own, Stanley. I'm not saying that you have to be the one to help with the company that I plan to bring back. But the money in that bank is not something you can control all the time. There are always other bankers I can talk with.
Huh? What's with that kind of talk? I am the only one in charge of the money at this bank, and so I can choose who gets my help or not. And because your family never understood that the company is on its final leg.
This company is not going to fall because of you. No matter what you have to say about us or this company, it's not going to die. Thank you for worrying about us here, but we don't need your worries. And thank you for caring about my father back when you actually cared. But after today, you'll never have the chance to help us out again. Now, good day to you.
I'm going to come to your father's funeral. You should be happy for that.
You don't have to come to it now. My father wouldn't be happy if you came anyway. And if you're worried that not coming will affect how you're viewed, then don't worry about that, because it won't. I'd rather you stayed far away from the funeral, actually.
I'm not planning on listening to what you've uttered. Now, I'll be coming to see your devastated expressions when I arrive at the funeral.
You're only going to cause more trouble, so please, stay away. I'm telling you that you don't have to bother with my family anymore. Now, goodbye.
I'm quite the nice guy, aren't I? I came here with some money to hand off to you guys as a gift, even though you were all scum. Thank you, please.
This isn't funny, Stanley. Why did you come to my father's funeral? Did you think that it was okay for you to do that when you're supposed to be seen as a leading banker?
Huh? What was it that I did wrong here?
You came into the funeral and chucked 49 cents at me, saying it was the money you wanted to give to my father. That right there is beyond normal. You get your head together and explain yourself to me. Actually, you don't even have to explain anything to me as long as you leave. I don't even want to look at you anymore.
I'm thinking the same thing. I'm happy thinking about how soon that company will fail soon. And I'll never have to worry about you scum again.
Excuse me? Are you really going to say that to me again when my father only just passed away a few days ago? I think that what you've done is far from okay now that you've made yourself out to look like a complete lunatic.
He caused all sorts of problems for me. Because he never knew how to run a company, his problems slowly became mine, and that was no good. But now that he's gone for good, I decided to celebrate that by handing you 49 cents in his name.
I'm going to make you regret what you've done today.
Try it.
I'm telling you that what you've just said to me, you'll soon come to regret. I'm not going to let what you've done to me go. You're really going to regret what pain you've caused me and my family today. I'm going to do all this in the name of my father.
What are you going on about, Richard? At this point, no matter what you try and say to me, I'm not going to budge. You and your whole family is a bunch of idiot scum. I'm looking forward to the day the company collapses. Well, good luck trying to pick up any scraps before that company crumbles into pieces.
I don't need to hear any of that from you because we have a plan set in place to bring the company back on its feet. And whether I do my best or not will not be affected by you. I'm seriously going to make you regret all of this, so you'd better get excited for that time to come.
Richard, it's been a few weeks now. I know I haven't spoken to you for a while now, but are you doing all right? Can you please forgive me for what had happened before? I've contacted you today apologizing for all of that. So if you don't mind, I'd love to have a moment of your time to talk through things. And preferably, I'd love to come to you to apologize to you properly and sincerely.
Stanley, your attitude has changed quite a lot since the last time we spoke. Did something happen to you?
I have seen that your company has come along quite a ways. And so I was wondering if I could be of any service to you and the company now.
So you're here asking me to allow you to help the company again? I'm surprised you're not embarrassed by asking me that after all you've done, you jerk.
Huh? Stanley?
My company really has been performing well now. And that is all because my father, the man you talked horribly about for so long, was able to make some last-minute saves before his death that brought a lot of income into the company. And because of that, the company is outperforming most other companies in the state, and has become a very popular topic for discussion. I'm sure you just want to help the company out now because you want to make yourself look good right now. You think that by asking such a thing, you and I will become close to one another? Have you forgotten about everything that you've done to my father and his family?
I'm so sorry about what had happened then. And as of now, I am very regretful of the way I had acted, both around your father and around you. Do you think you can find it in your heart to forgive me for that? I promise that there is a very high chance now that the money your father had requested before can be given to you now because of the company's outstanding performance. Would you allow the two of us to discuss all of that even further?
What? Are you expecting that I'll give in and allow you to talk about money now after all you've done? You never listened to what my father wanted when he was alive, so why have you changed your mind now?
I never meant for any of that to be damaging to him. At the time, it was hard for even I to be able to hand over the amount of money he had been asking for. Can you please find a way to understand what I'm saying?
Even if that was the case back then, the way you handled it was rude and unacceptable for a grown adult. We're not going to be asking for any kind of financial support from you now. And at this point, we have already spoken with other banks about financing, and are to the point now where we've finished our talks and are moving on to finalizing our deals.
What? Are you guys going to pull out the money you have in our bank deal?
We are. We no longer want your bank handling any of the company's money. I was waiting for you to come and apologize to me just so that I could tell you that we are moving forward with pulling all of our money out of that bank. And thankfully, we are just about ready to do so. This is all working too perfectly.
Please, slow down for one moment. Are you sure about that?
About what?
The money that we are holding here is in fact the money that belongs to your company, yes? Moving it out of here so easily is not something that can be done overnight.
I'm aware of that, and that's why I've been working on accomplishing this feat for a while now. And when the money has all been pulled out, you'll have to be the one to take responsibility for it.
Huh? I have to?
Of course you do. The whole reason that our company is now pulling the money from your bank and moving it somewhere else is because of the way you acted towards us. I'm sure you'll even be fired for this now that there will be some damages to your bank.
Richard, do you think you can talk to me directly about all of this? I'd like to start out by apologizing for everything that had happened between us before. And I'd really like to have the chance to explain myself to you. I believe there is a massive misunderstanding between us right now.
A massive misunderstanding? Oh, I don't think so. I have not forgotten about the way you acted then. And no matter how much you've changed your attitude now towards me, what you had said and done will not be erased.
And I am very well aware of that. But I'd love to talk to you about that a bit more. I have thought a lot about what I've done, so please allow me to apologize to you. Please, I promise that I'll never act in that sort of childish way towards you and your company ever again.
It is far too late for you to apologize to me now. I told you back then, didn't I? I'm going to make you regret what you said and done. And I'm just doing what I had promised.
Please calm down, Richard. I'm very well aware that all of that was because of me, and I'm at fault for that. But I'd really like for us to continue talks again about how this bank can help your company in even more ways now. So please just give me enough of your time to talk with you about all of that in person.
No, thank you. I'm not going to work with your bank anymore, and I thought I had made that clear. I'll never forget the way you treated my father, and this is all happening now because of that.
I never meant to treat him so poorly then. Perhaps you could say that back then I had just gotten a little too far ahead of myself, and that caused me to act in a slightly rude manner towards him.
Slightly? I doubt that you were only slightly being rude to him back then.
His company continued to stay in the red that whole time, but he always came to me asking for more support. I understand that things were tough for him, but
even though you understood the rough situation he had been in, you not only acted towards him in a cold manner, but you even came all the way to his funeral and made fun of his name.
Well, I didn't mean for that to be anything hurtful towards him and his family. I had to be at the funeral as I'm one of the lead bankers that worked with him.
Oh, I know that you had to be there. But if you had to be there only because you are a leading banker, then you should have acted like one until the very end. I'm never, ever going to let that go. You hear me? Everyone else that was at the funeral feels the same way I do about you. My father may have worked with your bank for the longest time now, but after seeing how you treated him and his family, everyone is very much okay with what I'm doing now. And I think that what I'm doing right now, having the company's money removed from your bank, is the perfect form of revenge.
Please, wait, Richard. I never expected your company to make such a huge comeback like it has after what your father did to it. I know now that I was getting too far ahead of myself, and I want to apologize for that. But if you pull all that money out of our bank now, it will really ruin my day.
And I have nothing to do with your day being ruined, Stanley. You didn't seem to care when my father was in a tough spot and his day was being ruined. So why should I care about your day?
Wait, please! I didn't mean that.
Also, it seems you never even looked at how the company was doing before my father passed, right?
Huh?
If you had just taken a look at the company's sales, you would have seen that it was going to make a comeback for sure. The only reason for my father needing some money from you at the time was because of a mistake one of the managers in the company had made when writing an order. And so because of that, the company did not have the right amount of money to cover the costs. But had you just handed over a little money to help pay for the costs at the time, then you would have seen that the company being in the red was only due to one late payment. So the only reason you thought the company was in the red for so long is because of that one mistake. But it was only on one occasion and wasn't even that big of a deal at the time. If you were really the amazing banker you feel that you are, you would have noticed that and understood that by handing the money to my father that one time, the status of being in the red would have gone away immediately after he made the payment.
Well, that's...
Did you ever take a look at the company's finances when he came to you? And on top of that, did you even offer to lend him anything?
I'm sorry, but I did not. I had assumed that him coming back to meet me again for money meant that his company was in the red for good. And so I never thought to look at the finances of his company. I'm so very sorry for that. But now I'm very much aware of how well your company is doing. Please allow my bank to continue working with your company.
I've already spoken to your bank's owner.
Huh?
I'll be going over there later to speak with them in person, but I will not be talking to you. I'll be letting them know about how it was your attitude that led to this choice.
Stop that, please. If you tell them about that, then I'll be made responsible for everything. Richard, please stop trying to make all of this my problem.
I'm not trying to make it your problem, as it's always been your problem, Stanley. And because of the way you acted after my father died, I'd hoped that you would have thought about your actions and made up for them sooner. But I can see that even after a few weeks have passed, you still don't see what you've done as your problem.
I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to apologize to you now, so please forgive me. I'll come to you and get on my hands and knees.
I don't need to see you doing that now. I know that you're a pile of garbage now, and will never change unless something severe happens to you. You really screwed up by not doing your job and labeling my father's scum for making one small mistake. I'm going to make sure you get a full whiff of this revenge that I've brewed up for you. Goodbye. After that, Stanley the banker was forced to take responsibility for his actions and was fired because of them. He was also made to pay the bank for the huge loss they just took when Richard pulled his company's money out, and is now stuck with some major debt. Really, the bank would have never minded Stanley for turning Richard's father away when he came asking for some help, But him going the extra mile and throwing 49 cents at Richard during his father's funeral is where things changed. If only Stanley had been a bit more mature about the way he acted, he would never have been in such trouble. But just as Richard had said, the only way that Stanley is going to learn and change for the better is after something severe happens to him, like losing his job.
Hey, are you pregnant? You gotta be pregnant, right? Tell me if you're pregnant.
Wait, why? Why are you suddenly asking me if I'm pregnant?
Well, come on, I haven't seen you in a long time, and boom, your stomach is huge. I know you're pregnant. Don't try to hide it from me. Either that, or you just ate a whole lot of carbs and it's not Thanksgiving at all, which it is.
I'm pregnant. There, are you happy? Now you know that I'm pregnant.
What? You're joking, right? You know how old you are, Auntie? You're like dinosaur age.
Does that really matter at all? It shouldn't.
I think you're actually like 42 in human years. You're so old, and yet you're pregnant? Oh my god, I will be so embarrassed. I'm definitely grossed out by the fact that you're pregnant.
What? What the hell, Robert?
I mean, I totally get that you guys got married a little later, right? So everything is a little delayed and whatnot. Are you just trying to play keep up because you finally got married? Other people around you already have a family, so you feel like you need to hurry up too? I really wish that you wouldn't bring that kind of crap into our family, you know? Just because you want to feel like everyone else.
Do you realize what you're saying right now, kid? This is not okay. You need to calm down and think before you speak.
Of course I know what I'm saying. Why would you think otherwise? I'm already 21, lady. It's amazing if you think about it. Your little brother's son is already 21 years old. Talk about getting ahead of you, huh? You've really fallen behind. And yet here you are, literally ancient, and now you're pregnant. You gotta be joking, right? Who are you pranking?
Are you done? You're really starting to get under my skin, and I'm not appreciating your snarky little comments. If there's something that you want to tell me, then why don't you just tell me?
No, the person that's getting under my skin is you, old hag. Why the hell are you taking my thunder? You need to cut your shit out, do you understand me? I don't want to be mean anymore, you're right. But let me just say that you really should consider aborting the baby. Not only are you always just an old hag, you're always all quiet and never fun to be around. You're definitely annoying. You really think that kind of woman is gonna be a nice mother? Yeah, good luck figuring that out.
What exactly do you not like about me, Robert? I need you to explain what's going on without insulting me. You're always insulting me. Always telling me that I'm the odd one out, that I'm ugly or fat, whatever. Oh, it's really not like anything in particular, you know? I'm just not a fan of you. Every aspect of your personality just pisses me off, so that's enough for me to hate you. Wait, hang on. Are you still dragging on the fact that I got mad and chewed you out when you were young? Please tell me that's not where this is going. I remember when you were exercising in the parking lot. Do you remember that? It was on a private parking lot, too. You remember how you hit someone else's car with a ball? I remember that, too. You were a little young. And then I scolded you because you were in the wrong. And after that, you've just been treating me like a thorn in your side. Is that why you're still dragging this on?
I don't have any kind of reason to despise you, and frankly, I don't need a reason to hate you. I just hate old hags.
I'm literally the same age as your mother, though. What do you think about that, Robert?
My mother is old, and yes, she's the same age as you. But you know what else? She has a perfect 21-year-old son, too. That perfect son was able to go to a perfect college because his grades were so top of the class, he even had the whole thing paid for. He's now got a job offer from the highest corporate job that Wall Street has to offer, and his future is incredibly bright. You, on the other hand, have nothing. No children, no family, no education, nothing. You're just some old bitch with nothing in her name except apparently you're able to get knocked up. Do you understand what I'm saying, Julie?
I see, okay.
If you understand what I'm saying, go home! Get the hell out of here! No one likes you being here. It's literally just bringing everyone's mood down. You're just a drag and we all want to be gone.
I just came here a second ago. I'm not going home yet. Especially since it's been a while since I've seen my family. This is also my parents' house, so I'm going to be relaxing here as I have every right to do so. You are not able to tell me otherwise, do you understand?
That little old bitch. Whatever. You're gonna regret this later, just you watch. Hey Julie, can I ask you something? Did something happen between you and Robert? You can tell me if something did happen.
What do you mean, did something happen? Why?
Well, I mean, come on. Even the most socially awkward and antisocial shutting can tell that you two are absolutely hating every second of being around each other. Robert is usually so upbeat and bright, but he's just been glaring at you without saying a single word this whole time. It's almost like something out of a horror movie.
I have an idea, genius. Why don't you go ahead and ask him? It seems like he's got it out for me. I definitely don't have anything against him. It's not like I'm the one glaring at him.
He's got it out for you. I don't believe it. Robert isn't that kind of child. He's always so positive and nice. You must have done something, right? He's always someone to face a problem and solve the problems himself. I've never seen him just run away from an issue at all. I've absolutely never seen him look at a relative the way he looks at you and just glare for literally hours on end like that. You did something.
I don't know how you see your own son, but let me tell you something, Vincent. He's not young anymore, and he is definitely able to say some pretty terrible things. I think that Robert is pretty dark and sadistic. He's missing every kind bone in his body. I guarantee you he's been acting a fool in college too. There's no way that he's this bundle of sunshine like you make him out to be.
Come on, Julie, you gotta talk to me. Explain what has happened, because right now I haven't heard anything from either one of you.
Okay, I'll tell you what, I'll send you some screenshots of the text messages he's been sending me. Maybe then you'll tell me how much of a pleasure he is. I'll be surprised if you think he's still wonderful and amazing after seeing those texts.
Okay, send them. Wait, hang on. You've made these up or something, right? They're not real. You're telling me that my son, that Richard sent these text messages to you? This has to be some kind of mistake, right?
Yeah, you know me, Vincent. I just love to frame my own nephew for things he's never done. Be real with me for a second, I don't want to do this either. But this is the truth. And just so you know, this isn't the only time that he's talked to me like this. He's been keeping this kind of thing up since that day I chewed him out in the parking lot when he was young.
But why didn't you just tell me about it? I would have been fine with talking to him about it and maybe trying to work something out.
I know how much you love your son, and I figured you wouldn't spend a second of your day listening to me complain about your own son. Besides, I only ever met up with him once or twice a year. It really wasn't that big of a deal for me to just suck it up and deal with it. But if I did tell you, it would have just been blown out of proportion, and I just couldn't be bothered.
But Robert, he's been such a great kid. I'm so terribly sorry, Julie. I wish I could take all of this back. I didn't know how two-faced he was, and that is entirely on me. It's my responsibility, and I should have noticed. I'm so sorry for causing you this much emotional damage.
I didn't realize that not only would you listen to me, that you'd even apologize for your own son's actions. This is not the reaction I was expecting. Hang on just a second. Did you have something that didn't really surprise you for? Did something else happen?
Well, to be honest with you, sometimes he's been a little violent. He has these little bursts of rage and no one seems to be able to calm him down. It's over these little things, but he would just start getting really pissed off and take it out on things around him, and wouldn't think twice about talking bad about people around him. He was young, you know. I figured that it was a pretty normal thing to do with kids around his age, but I didn't realize the extent of his behavior.
I see. I really should have told you sooner about all of his behavior, too. Maybe then you would have reacted and tried to correct his actions. I'm sorry, Vincent. I really thought that you wouldn't hear me out at all, so everything I said would have fallen on deaf ears.
I've been thinking about all of this recently, too. I was wondering if I really did what was in Robert's best interest growing up. I've been questioning a lot of how I raised him, you know? I really do think there's no singular correct way to educate him, but I really do feel like maybe I was spoiling him a little too much. And that I was just too lenient on him. But I just believed that Robert would grow into a great kid. But then I had to see your screenshots to really believe that this would happen.
I'm sorry, but that doesn't seem to be the case with Robert. Anyway, hopefully you'll be able to talk some sense into him because I'm not going to deal with this any further. Thank you for listening to me, Vincent.
Yeah, you got it. I'll handle this on my end, too. Huh? You're totally exaggerating, right? You didn't actually need to go to the hospital and stay in hospital for a while, right? So what happened? What did the test results say for your sorry ass? That you're lame and old?
They said that the child is gone and that I won't be able to have this baby. The main cause for my miscarriage was because of the physical trauma due to you shoving me off the stairs.
Oh, I see. Then you should totally just ignore the shitty baby anyway. What a massive baby of a baby. I'm so funny sometimes. Just so you know, it's all your fault. I didn't do anything that I didn't warn you about. You should have been more careful. You really should have listened and heeded my warnings. Instead, you ignored me and decided to stick around like some kind of idiot.
Okay.
What the hell is your problem, lady? You really trying to just shrug me off? You're just an old-ass bitch who really has no right to be around. You're some stupid old lady who loses her balance and falls down a flight of stairs all because I kicked you from behind. You realize how clumsy you have to be to fall over and lose your balance just because you were kicked? Honestly, it's all pretty self-explanatory. Besides, you totally didn't deserve to get pregnant anyway. It's disgusting. Learn your place, you old lady.
You're actually truly rotten inside. I'm impressed by how terrible of a person you are. You disgust me.
You're the rotten one, old lady. Seriously, now there's even a dead rotting baby in you. You should be way more ashamed that you're getting pregnant when you're literally on the verge of being a fossil in like half a year. You really should be thanking me if you successfully had a miscarriage thanks to me drop-kicking you. I should be winning Nephew of the Year awards for cleansing you.
I'm never going to forgive you. You will pay for this.
Ooh, I'm scared of the old bitch.
My lawyer will be reaching out to you soon, so be sure to answer him. He won't stop calling and he won't stop trying to get in touch with you, so don't ignore him.
What? What do you mean, lawyer?
I'm going to sue you. I'm going to charge you criminally and I am going to sue your sorry ass in civil court. I've already filed all of my charges against you. You will for sure be charged with assault and battery, along with potentially attempted murder. You're definitely going to be charged criminally.
What? Sued? Filed charges? What the hell are you talking about? This is just a little civil dispute between relatives. There's no way that the police and lawyers would be able to do anything to me.
Honestly, it makes sense now why you'd be able to do such a thing. I don't think anyone with half a brain cell and the smallest understanding of how society works could have done what you did. You just keep pretending like nothing is ever going to get to you. Just wait till the police are knocking on your door.
You're the one that doesn't have any understanding of how society works. We're literally relatives. I'm your nephew. The police wouldn't take you seriously anyway. Good luck suing me, you dumb old hag.
Like I said earlier, you just keep pretending like you didn't just murder my child. It doesn't change a single thing. You do your best to pay for your crimes in prison, do you hear me? I am never going to forgive you, even if society deems you have paid off its debt.
Pay off debt to society? Seriously? What the hell is going on here? You're talking nonsense. I can tell you're trying your hardest to blow things out of proportion, but let me tell you something, Julie. A real lesson in how the world works. I don't think a single thing is gonna come out of this whole thing. No one is gonna do anything.
I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better and let you know what justice tastes like before the police gets there. Why don't you go ahead and check your social media, huh?
What?
I think if you search something like drop-kicked pregnant, you'll find everything I want you to see.
Wait, what? Hang on just a second. Is this me? What the hell? Why am I everywhere?
Yeah, the video where you literally drop-kick me when I'm 6 months pregnant. It's all over the place now. I think that it's not really surprising, but it's all over the place. Everyone is getting ready to cancel you.
But why the hell? I'm the one that recorded the whole thing in the first place. You shouldn't have the video. Why the hell is it all up over the internet? I don't understand. You better start explaining, Julie, or I'm gonna lose my mind.
You know how you sync your phone and your PC? Let me change that. I know you sync your phone and your PC. They share the same data. So any photos and videos that you take using your phone are immediately uploaded and transferred over to your PC that's in your room. I spoke to your father about this whole thing. I asked him to help me out with the criminal responsible for all of this. I have a suggestion though, idiot. How about you actually add a password to your computer?
What? Yeah, you better be ready for what's coming next. How dare you go into my PC and...
Gotta love being young, huh? It doesn't really need explaining for you to understand what's going on as far as this video circulates around the internet. I don't really think this is the kind of video you want to have blow up either. So, how do you feel about being super popular on the internet? Oh wait, no, sorry, I meant, what does it feel like to be served justice? Mind you, this is only a taste of what's to come next.
What the hell is going on? How the hell do they have my face and my name too? Did you do this?
Oh, you know, I just used your friends and acquaintances to spread all of your information. They did the rest. They were actually all really cooperative about the whole thing. I don't think a single one of your friends said that I shouldn't be doing this. Apparently, you're really despised by your friends.
Damn it! I've paid for their stuff so many times! What the hell? How could they just abandon me like that?
You're just some rich kid that paid for their food. That's all you were to them. You weren't their friend. You were just an ATM. A walking food delivery truck. Wait, hang on. I just had a thought. You're not going to be able to work anymore, huh? They're definitely going to take back their job offer now. Think about it. You might even be expelled from college. They might just throw you out completely, huh? Then you won't have anything. So, let me ask you. What does it feel like to lose literally everything? You're going to be losing so much more, too.
You old bitch! How dare you do this to me? You just wait and see. I'm gonna talk to my father about this. We'll see what he does. You have no idea what he's capable of and how much he loves me. I'm sure that he will make all of this just disappear.
Oh, you're talking about Vincent? Vincent said that he was going to completely cut ties with you. You really thought that he'd be on your side for this, huh?
What?
I threatened him. I told him that if he didn't just abandon you, then I would reveal his name as someone who was going to protect a child murderer. It didn't take him long to make a decision. I made it sound like I really forced his hand, but he was pretty taken aback by his own son's true self, too. So I wouldn't have been surprised if he just ignored you anyway. If anything, I just gave him a good excuse to just kick you out of the family and completely abandon you as a child.
What do you mean abandon? What the hell? I'm literally my father's son. He can't just abandon me like that. We're family, though.
Yes, Vincent is your father, but at the same time, your father is my younger brother. Do you understand? He is seriously regretful of how much he's just let you do whatever you want to do. He knows that he spoiled you way too much. He had a kid when he was really young, so I'm sure he made quite a few mistakes raising you. I don't blame him. But you are definitely a mistake that he has to pay for.
That's why you're gonna say that you're so damn special because you're all old and shit? This bitch. You think you're so damn special and tough.
What? Still trying to do something else to me? We'll see how things go, huh? The police should be on their way any minute now.
Let me just set the record straight, bitch. It takes me one swing and you're lights out on the ground. You understand me? One hit and you're gone. You better be thankful for me that you're even alive and breathing right now. I should knock your ass out.
Wait. Are you serious right now? You sound like some shitty villain from a terrible movie. You're a pretty textbook definition of a loser. You wear baggy-ass clothes and chains like you never grew out of your middle school days. You might be able to study and work hard in your books, and you might even look like you're a straight-edge person, but let's face the facts. You can see the loser just eking out behind the facade that you put up, and it's really just useless. Everyone can see that you're a loser. Stop trying to pretend you're such a badass. You talk all this mad shit, and yet, this supposed to be big man targets a pregnant woman. I don't see you fighting any professional MMA fighters. If you were able to be at least a little bit objective in how you look and how horrible your taste is in fashion, none of this probably would have happened. So, I'm not sure why I'm telling you any of this at all.
I'm done. You've pushed me over the edge. This is all your fault. Do you understand me? This is all you. You better be ready. I hope you have some bulletproof vests. You said you're at the hospital right now.
Oh, you're gonna come by the hospital right now to check up on how I'm doing? Oh my god, you're such a sweetheart. I'll be waiting in my bed, hooked up to my IVs. Hey, how are you doing? I hope you're doing all right. I know you took quite a nasty fall on the stairs yesterday, right? I heard you all the way from my bed.
Ugh.
You screwed up your leg, didn't you? Pretty sure I saw your ankle twist in a way it shouldn't. But, I mean, it's all your fault, yeah? You just tried to dropkick me again. Literally a second time after I just told you that you're going to be charged and arrested. I'm not a complete idiot, though. You know what they say? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. It was pretty easy for me to dodge your kick. Not only did you miss your kick, you literally jumped off the top flight of stairs and tumbled all the way down. Seriously, how much of a loser can you be?
Yeah, you're the reason that my life is completely screwed up now. You've ruined everything for me. The doctors have told me that they're not sure if my leg will be moving anymore. They say that I have a pretty bad nerve injury in my upper spine. Apparently, I might not even be able to walk for the rest of my life. I could literally be stuck in a wheelchair.
I'm seriously still trying to understand the mental gymnastics you had to do to somehow blame that on me, when you're the one that jumped off the top of the stairs.
It's your fault! It's all your fault that you initially embarrassed me anyway. If you hadn't embarrassed me, then this whole thing would have never happened.
I knew it! You were definitely holding a grudge against me for that one time I scolded you in the parking lot. You were lifting and exercising in the parking lot because you were trying to show off to girls, right? I totally remember every single part of that day. And yet, all they saw was some loser getting yelled at and scolded by an adult. You must have been so incredibly embarrassed, huh?
If you were gonna scold me, you should have at least scolded me somewhere where people weren't looking, and then I wouldn't have cared as much. But you didn't, and now because of that...
You're telling me that this whole thing has been over one stupid little thing that happened over a decade ago? A life was lost because of that?
What?
You murdered my child in cold blood because you were so upset that I scolded you when you were a child? That's what you call an equal response? You realize how difficult it is to get naturally pregnant in my 40s? Let me tell you, it's really freaking hard. And yet I was blessed with a child, and you murdered it.
Okay, yeah, maybe I took it a little too far. Only a little bit, though. I didn't get carried away.
I've lost all hope to stay on this planet because of you. I don't want to be alive anymore. Do you understand? You've stolen the reason I want to be alive. My husband barely even talks anymore because he lost his child. You know how difficult this whole thing must be for him, right? You're not even really blood related to him. You're just some random man that murdered his child. I don't know how to keep living like this while having this huge burden looming over us like some terrible, shitty cloud. I don't know how I can wake up tomorrow morning and pretend like everything is okay, because it isn't.
Hey, would it be alright if I just apologize to you? I need to apologize to you. I understand now how terrible of an atrocity I've committed. I really can't move from my bed right now, though. But I want you to let me apologize to you. I want to apologize to you right away.
I don't want to listen to you apologize when you're just doing it to clear your guilty conscience. You can carry that with you to the grave.
No, that's not why I want to apologize to you. I just really feel like I understand the extent of damage that I've caused to everyone involved in all of this. Please let me apologize to you. I'm not messing around anymore. I'm being dead serious.
Absolutely not. You're never going to apologize to me, and I'm never going to accept any form of apology you manage to spit out. This is just some relatives arguing, right? I don't give a shit. Afterwards, Robert was arrested and charged on several counts of aggravated assault and attempted murder. The police took no mercy on him. He was sentenced to prison in addition to all of the fees and damages that he owed to Julie and her family. He is now in what is considered one of the worst penitentiaries of the state. His legs are also in bad shape. He was told by the doctors in the prison that he would be unable to walk and would most likely never be free of his leg pain. He now spends the rest of his days in a wheelchair. Prison is probably the last place you'd want to be when you're an easy target. He won't be in prison for life or even for that long when you consider the crime that was committed, but even if he gets out, he has no one waiting for him. No family, no relatives, no friends. He's got no money either. The internet has shown no mercy and has gone full-blown torch and pitchfork on him. The internet is probably better aware of his life details than anyone else at this point. His reputation will not be disappearing anytime soon. I would say that it's almost impossible for him to be happy anymore, which is still not enough punishment in my book. But I don't want to keep thinking about revenge. Our emptiness, the void that he has created in our hearts, will not be filled because of this. But I am glad to know that the judicial system is fair and justice has been done. I currently live with my husband away in the middle of nowhere to hopefully get over this whole thing. We are both working hard every day to make sure we are able to make a new family with the two of us once again.